We brought you that huge news. Bruno Fernandes set to stay at Manchester United. Let's straight away get more on this now with talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. So, Crookie, is this confirmed?
Well, who had June the 3rd on the bingo card as the first day of the transfer window that I'd have to pull over in the car on the way to the kids' school run and broadcast big breaking news? Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, we understand, has rejected that huge money offer from Saudi Arabia. I did allude to this when I was on with you guys around about half an hour ago. I said the longer this goes on, the more likely I think Bruno Fernandes is to stay at Manchester United. Those were the noises that I was getting last night, now confirmed via sources in Saudi Arabia. Having asked for more time to consult with his family, Bruno Fernandes has decided he won't be signing a 700 grand a week contract with Al Hilal, won't be going to the Club World Cup, wants to continue his career in a top European league, and I think wants to stay at Manchester United. And this is good news as far as Ruben Amorim is concerned. He has been quite vocal in the fact that he doesn't want to sell his captain, doesn't think Fernandes is looking for a new challenge. And as I said earlier, Jeff and Ali, this doesn't affect the pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo. They've already signed Matheus Cunha. They want to press ahead with Mbeumo anyway. What I would say is the immediate reaction from Manchester United fans is divided. Our own Hugh Wozencroft is not very happy. He was clearly willing to cash in and take the £100 million for Bruno Fernandes. But there are a lot of fans who I think realise his importance to the team and will rejoice at this news this morning.
Cloyce, are you surprised that Man United fans are divided?
I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked at Man United fans. And what I get that I understand the concept of getting the money in to spend it on players, right? I get that. Of course I do. That's natural. However, he has been unbelievable last season. He's the one player. In fact, you'd argue, he's the player you build your team around more than anything, I think.
Yeah, and I think he's one of those players. I know we can question, some of his antics at times in terms of wearing the captain's armband, but if he's surrounded by better players, I think Cunha and Mbeumo, if they get him, will improve the squad. I think Bruno Fernandes has the capability to get even better. I think actually he gets a bit unfairly treated. I'll give you a little story. I was waiting outside Old Trafford. I think it was Ruben Nistelrooy's first game in charge. They beat Leicester 5-2, Manchester United. All of the young fans, it was during the school holidays, were waiting just to catch a glimpse of their heroes. They left the stadium at the end of a night game. He was the only one who came over. He posed for photos. He signed autographs. He took an hour out of his time. That is being a captain. There are different ways to be a leader.
Crookie, thank you very much indeed for that. So
you get that wee one at school, Crookie, never mind blinking Fernandes. Get that wee one at school.
The news, Bruno Fernandes staying at Manchester United, 03717223344. Just want to mention a text from James. He said, "Hi Jeff, I messaged a few days ago about United still being able to attract good players purely on name and history. And at the time, you said you're not so sure about that. What are your thoughts now with Cunha and potentially the Brentford player being Bryan Mbeumo?" Well, my thoughts actually, James, are exactly the same. They can, of course, still attract good players, and that's what those two players are. But they're not going to attract the Florian Wirtzes of this world, and probably Martin Zubimendi wouldn't be attracted to go there. And Liam Delap actually chose Chelsea over them. Good players will still go to Manchester United. Of course they will. But at one time, when Manchester United came calling, you went.
Yes.
Not with the exception of Charlie Nicholas, who didn't. But apart from Charlie, you went, and that's not quite the case anymore. Well, look, I think they're on a great transfer window so far. Don't get me wrong at all. 03717223344. Let us know your views, Manchester United fans, about Bruno Fernandes staying at the club.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.